And so within that, what that naturally creates is, firstly, one, a mass contradiction and fight that could become internal within the ANC about whether or not our principles ought to be the thing that we continue to forward, or we take a pragmatic approach. But within the wider GNU, that's also going to become a significantly larger conversation, especially if these relations go bad. And under the current construct of how these individuals have been involved and how Ambassador Rousseau has played his role, what do you think is the best way going forward? If you were to, or what do you think people should be thinking for, what they should be looking out for going forward? Because they can be the non-aligned country as the ANC is in its policies and in its approach to international relations. But there's a growing concern and hysteria that's still being created that says this is going to be seen as the next failure. This is going to be seen as the next big collapse in relations. That also happens in amongst a multipolar world that's rising. As you spoke about, the EU's coming out and engaging South Africa. China and Russia still continue to be big partners throughout BRICS. And you've got the United States. Is this the same point in time where we're now starting to choose our allies and we're actually gearing up for potentially something much bigger? And if that is the case, where does South Africa actually stand and how does it keep going forward, considering that it's involved in the Congo, it's involved in Palestine, it's involved in Russia and Ukraine? There's very few places that we actually get to avoid the United States. And even President Ramaphosa tried to clean up relations with the United States by saying that both them and the United States had the same ambitions for Ukraine. So there is an element of we still want to work with this power. We still want to have a degree of good relations. But then you get people like Mfikile Mbalula, SG of the ANC, saying that actually, no, this is neocolonialism. This is a form of imperialism. You can see that the conversations aren't aligned. And so where do you go, particularly as the ANC, particularly as the president of the country? And what do you do amongst these very uncharted waters where we're unclear as to what diplomatic relations are and we're unclear as to what the United States truly wants from us?
I think I'll address the politics element of this first. One of the worrying trends that's developed in the ANC is the inability to have these conversations in-house. It seems a developing trend in the parties to publicly adjudicate these problems.